Hi there, it's Sarah Jane from Cards and a Cuppa, and I'm here with my third project that I designed as a gift when we went to Telford a couple of weeks ago for our Stampin' Up! On Stage Live 2016. So I wanted to share with you this little tissue packet that I decorated. Now this I've done in a completely different style to the one that I gave to my downline for the road trip. So if you want to see that version, you'll have to go there because I've already gifted them. And this is just a different way of packaging something that's pretty ordinary, that's got to go in your bag all the time really. So I've used the new Playful Backgrounds stamp set that we got at On Stage Live, so that was quite exciting, and I've teamed it with six-sided sampler which is retiring. So if you really like this or the hexagon punch, you need to get that ordered before it sells out. And you're going to have to wait just a little bit longer before you can buy this one, I'm afraid. So let me share with you how I made this. Okay, so to make this little tissue holder, you're going to need a piece of card that is 6 centimetres wide by 29.8, which is a whole sheet of A4. Now in the US it will be 2 3/8 by 11 inches, but your overlap will be quite a bit, maybe half an inch shorter, so it will overlap and it will work, but it will be just that little bit shorter to save making it out of 12 by 12 cards. So you can just use standard cardstock. So you're going to score at 8 centimetres, which is 2 1/4 inches, 10 1/2 centimetres, which is 3 1/4 inches, 21 1/2 centimetres, which is 7 3/4 inches, and 24 centimetres, which is 8 3/4 inch. So I'm going to stamp now before I crease with my bone folder, and I think these Playful Background stamps work better if you have a mat underneath. So go ahead and slide a mat underneath your grid paper so that your mat doesn't get inky. And then I'm going to use mint macaron to stamp these sort of brushstroke type stamps. So ink it up and then just stamp all over. Next I'm going to use my Project Life corner rounder. Just going to slide that out and round the top and bottom corners. And then I'm going to use my bone folder to reinforce the score lines. And that's the basis of your holder. So you want to keep the larger flap at the top, and then I'm just going to take a standard packet of tissues and add tear and tape to the back. Pop that off, pop the backing off. And then just stick that inside your holder. Okay, so let's make a little band now to hold it closed. So you're going to need a 3 1/2 centimetre piece of card, which is a 1 3/8 inch piece, and you're going to score this at 5 centimetres, which is 2 inches, 7 1/2 centimetres, which is 3 inches, 13 1/2 centimetres, which is 5 1/4 inches, and 16 centimetres. Now I'm going to measure that because I've said before you can't see 16 centimetres very well on the Stampin' Up! Trimmer, so I find it easier just to measure. So 16 centimetres is 6¼ inches, and then you're going to trim that at 7½ inches, which is 19 centimetres. Now I've already cut a piece of paper. This is from the It's My Party Designer Series paper stack, and it's 2½ centimetres wide, which is about 1½ inches, and I'm just going to glue it. It's the full width of the paper. I'm just going to trim off the excess in a second. Just going to glue that down the middle here. Turn it over, trim off the excess, and then just rub out that 16 centimetre pencil line. And then you're just going to take your tissue packet, fold over your crease lines, and wrap that round. Now the easiest way to make sure that you don't put glue too far over on this piece or too far over on this piece, I find, is to put a line of glue at the end of this piece and then a line of glue on the piece that's going to go over the top, and that way you'll be right up to the edge without going over. Just hold that for a moment and then add a little sentiment. So I've got just a scrap of card here. I'm just going to use the mint macaron ink pad again. I've got this cute little "Hello Sweet Friend" sentiment. Stamp that down and then trim it so that the sentiment is at the sides of the hexagon punch, and then I'm just going to trim mine down a bit because I don't want a full hexagon, but obviously if you do, just leave it, that's fine too. And then ink the edges in matching ink, pop a dimensional on the back, and there you have it. So that's how you make a quick and easy tissue holder to match anything you've got, really. So I hope you've enjoyed that and you have a go and maybe keep one in your handbag for the future. Thanks for watching.